Got the pumps in the pan, got the scents on the stove. We're cooking up AI music, the tracks that you love. Lights, beats, and broadcast, the perfect sound. We're the hottest digital kitchen around. Audio Kitchen. Taste test the music, we're passing it round. Audio Kitchen, where we're cooking up the future of sound. Welcome to the Audio Kitchen. Your favorite home cooked songs, taste the music.
There we go. Let's see. Make sure I can see. Where is? Oh no. Why is the chat disabled?
What chat?
My YouTube chat is disabled for my okay, it's fine. I got it. I can see the chat there. See you, Chef. Welcome. All right. Sorry about the delay. Technical difficulties, but hopefully we'll want to start writing this stuff down and doing some more extensive testing and writing it down so I can keep up with checking everything, checklist. But this is our first show. We're going to call it The Menu. It's going to be one-on-one interviews with our community and guests. For today's show, we have Greg. And he's been on the show before for the other segment we did. But this one's going to be just Greg, me. We're having an interview. We're going to showcase some of his favorite songs, kind of get some more insight into, his music making process and everything that he's been doing so far. So if you don't mind, Greg, I know you've already introduced yourself before last time, but if you want to introduce yourself again, that would be good.
Hello, everybody. I'm Greg, and I'm a Suno user. I was a professional musician for over a decade, but I'm having a very, very good time with Suno.
All right. That's awesome. And so when did you say you started using Suno?
January.
So this year. So you've only been using it for about 6 months now. So okay. Well, let's see. So we're gonna ask you a few questions, and let's see. How did you first get into this whole AI music creation? Like, what initially kind of got you into wanting to try it?
Honestly, I was just on Facebook, right? And so all these ads come at you about AI music, this and that. And then there was this one guy that kept putting out a clip of his song. It's called Walking Out Slow. And I looked up him, and he is I think he's Filipino, a guy from the Philippines. And I don't think he speaks English, and I'm sure he doesn't sing the way that guy's singing on the song. So I was like, what the heck is going on? So I started digging into him. The more and more I dug into him, then I actually found his song on YouTube, and then the full version. Then I found it on Spotify. So I started listening to it, and I'm like, okay, this is not. How is he doing this? So then I started getting all these advertisements on my screen on Facebook and in my email actually from like Suno and VidVoice, I think is another one. There was a bunch of them. So I did a little research, and Suno came out on top. So I said, for I think at $49, I think. I'm not really sure what the professional version of Suno cost. So I said, hey, I spent that for breakfast, so I'm going to go and download it and try it to see what happens. So I did, and it made this song for me. I didn't write lyrics or nothing. I just kind of did the whole thing that musicians accuse us AI guys of doing. Is like pushing a button and everything comes out holy,
Right.
And it did not. I, it's not unpleasant to the ears, but um, it was unique to say the least. And I learned some new words I never heard of before. Um, and then I said, well, I'm going to see what I can do with it with something else. So I kind of gave it a real big narrative to follow. And then it kind of wrote this song for me. And then before I actually laid the track down to the music, the lyrics down to the music, I started picking the lyrics apart a little bit and made some changes. Not big ones, just little ones. Really, I just pushed the button, and it came up with the song that I wanted for my car because I belong to a group called it's the LC 500 Club,
Hmm.
and I love the car. It's the greatest car I've ever owned in my life, and so I thought, what the heck, I'm going to do that.
All
So
right.
I came up with that song called Infrared LC 500, and it didn't come out bad. Honestly, it did not, in my opinion. Um, I certainly think I could do a much better job with it now, but I have many
So
other things on my mind.
so it's the Lexus LC 500, is that right?
That is correct. Lexus had a car called the LFA,
Mm.
which is a crazy car. When it was first released, it was about $310,000 for the car. They only made it for 1 year, which was 2012. By the end of 2012, the car was selling for like 400,000 and 500,000. And then they came out with another car called the LC 500, which was a concept car in 2013. But those things never happen. You see so many of these concept cars, and it's like, yeah, whatever. One day I'm going to have the Jetson Mobile too. Um,
Right.
but they did actually build the car in 2018. They released the first version. I didn't get mine until 18 months ago. And so I that's what started it for me. I mean, it was a concept car, and then it was actually built. And I said, hey, I really want that car. And I was not going to write the check for it when I found out the price tag on those things. It's like, holy shit, I'm not buying a house. But my beautiful wife decided that she was going to buy it for me anyway because I'm not getting any younger, she said. So I
There
figured
you
after the insult of not getting any younger, I'd take the car.
go. I don't blame you. So for reference sake here, I think I have a picture of it. Let's see if I can.
I did a video of it. Um, there's a famous bridge by where I live.
Yeah.
Um, and I've I had a guy that saw me at a car show with the car, and he took 2 hours worth of pictures, tons of them, and then he made a book, a bound, hard copied book of the car. And one of the things he wanted to do was to put me on this bridge and take a picture of the car as I'm driving across the bridge. It's actually one of my favorite pictures of the car. At the very end of the video that I put up, which I did today actually, is an actual picture of my car. That's similar to my car, but it's not my car. I have what they call the high performance package, carbon fiber roof. There's a lot of differences.
Oh, wow.
It's all the doors on the inside are all carbon. It's just a lot of difference. I have an active spoiler, but in any case, just the base model of the cars is just cool as hell to me. There's not many of them sold.
Oh, really? It looks awesome. I like it.
Thank you.
So that being said, let's see here. Would you like us to play your video, or do you just want to play the just go ahead and play the audio? Because I could definitely pull it up.
You could do the video because the audio is the same, so that you can hear the video. I mean, you see the video and hear the audio.
I figured we'd go ahead and pull it up since you mentioned it there. Let me. I didn't have that ready to go, so let me. You posted that in the Discord, I believe. Yeah, here we go. Oh, let's see. Okay, give me 1 second. Oh my gosh.
I made it hard on you because I said video, huh? That's me.
What's hard on me right now is my computer is doing really weird stuff. I don't know what it just did. Oh, I like combined tabs. I didn't even know I could do that.
I miss Chef. Computers. Where's Sheffy? Is he in here? He's not in here with us, or is he just?
I think he's on the YouTube watching. Maybe. I don't know if he still is or not, but he was for a minute. But let's see. See if we can get this window capture back up here. Alrighty. And so this song was the Infrared LC500. Your second song ever. Mm-hmm. Okay. So very early, your very first kind of time frame with messing with Suno.
Correct. And that was Suno 4.5 too, by the way.
4.5. Gotcha. I was about to ask that. What have I done here? I got so many windows open. It's a lot. Okay, well, we're just going to go ahead and get into it.
Key on the hook, see out my hips, red glow on the dash, heart does flip. Yeah, when I hear my lady start up, it makes my pressure jump. Every little purse she whisper got my veins on pump. Infrared glow on the leather, pain like it's still wet. Shorty got curves so deadly, a turn feel like a thread. She my infrared LC500, got me riding on a high, can't fight it. Every time she roll, I lose my mind, hit that line and I'm gone. Can't hide it, yeah, my infrared LC500, hardest for more, soon as I find it. When she light up, when she wind up, I'm addicted to the way she slide it, oh yeah. 2 hands wrapped on her waistline, palm print in a sway. signs say we just blurred that gray. Night air cut through the silence. Heads turn when we pass. Every little shift she give me, throw my spine to the back. Fast, yes. She my infrared, I see 500. Got me riding on a high, can't fight it. Every time she roll, I lose my mind. Hit that line and I'm gone, can't hide it. Yeah, my infrared, I see 500. Hardest for most, soon as I find it. When she light up, when she wind up, I'm addicted to the way she slide it, slide it. Tell me who you know runs smoother than this queen on the lane with me. Every mile, every mark, every move got me praying for an empty street. Yeah. She my infrared, I see 500. Got me riding on a high, can't fight it. Every time she roll, I lose my mind. Hit that line and I'm gone, can't hide it. Yeah, my infrared, I see 500. Hardest for most, soon as I find it. When she light up, when she wind up, I'm addicted to the way she slide it. Oh yeah.
That's the real one. Well, mine.
There we go. So you said this is the real picture of your real car.
That's my actual car. In fact, I suppose if you could go in on the window close enough, you'd actually see me sitting in the car driving it across the bridge. But
I think the window tint's a little too dark, but that's really awesome.
yeah,
So
I don't think
is
I
it-
could get away with it any darker.
So is it electric? It looks electric.
It is not. It is a 5-liter naturally aspirated V8. It pushes out about 472 horsepower.
Oh wow.
And her name is Electra, as you can see. Yeah. The
That's
wife
awesome.
was cool. She helped me name her.
All right. That was really cool. I liked the song too. It was I don't even know how to describe it. It was a nice beat. I guess I'm wondering. So you wrote the song about the car. Was there any particular reason you chose that style and genre?
No, I didn't choose it. Like I said, I
Oh,
just
okay.
kind of gave it a story of what I wanted, and then it did everything else. It showed me the lyrics. I said, nah, that's kind of dumb because it puts some crazy lyrics in there. I mean, you'd have to have a thesaurus, or you'd have to have a dictionary. You'd have to have an urban dictionary handy to understand what some of the stuff was they were saying. And as you could tell, I'm a little more seasoned than a lot of people, but I didn't like that, so I started making some changes. But I didn't make a lot of changes, I don't think. And then I just said, okay, redo it, and it chose the song, the instruments, the flow. I don't know really what you call that. Modern rap, hip hop, probably hip hop, huh? I'm not
Uh,
sure.
Yeah, kind of like a pop hip hop type of. So at least that's kind of vibe I was getting off of it.
Yeah,
Sometimes I'm not sure about genre names stuff, but it kind of sits.
I'm
I
not
would say at
either.
least at least sits somewhere in there. Actually, what
yeah.
I'm not going to do it right now because it would take too long, take too much time. But what I could do is I could always analyze the song with Gemini and see what it says about it. And I'll let you know later because I'm kind of curious too. Also, you guys that are on the channel watching, if you have any questions for Greg regarding that song or kind of regarding the startup to his Suno career, feel free to jump in. We're gonna, if you have any questions, we'll try to answer them for you. But let's see. So we got that, and you said that was your second song ever.
Correct.
Okay. Awesome. That's a pretty good song for the second song ever. When I started, I think it was like Suno 3.5 or maybe 3.0, and you could only do like 2-minute songs, and they were terrible. I don't know if you've listened to any of the older versions of Suno before like 4.0, but they're not good.
I have not. I had a friend, a fellow musician friend that we used to play with, and he wrote his wife a song, and he did a little video out of it and all that. And he did it on, I don't know if it was Suno or not, but it did the music and everything for him. And he was like, "Can you believe that the computers are doing this stuff?" I'm like, "Well, kind of." And what's crazy is he was a computer engineer tech, same as I was, and it has progressed very quickly. In fact, I read something recently. They're getting ready to drop 6.0. Suno is.
Yeah, they should be pretty soon. I know they're doing. I can't remember. They're doing kind of a merger with it's either Warner Music Group or it's Universal. I'm wanting to say Warner though. I'm not sure which
Why
one.
does that not surprise me?
But because Suno's kind of getting sued or with all the way they train the AI and everything. So I know it was one of the two. I can't remember quite off the top of my head, but one of them was they decided to not sue them and instead join them. So that's going
So
to
they
be
did the
interesting.
Microsoft thing.
Yeah.
Why buy the package if I can just force you to give it to me?
All right. Yeah, it's going to be, I don't know. It's either going to turn out really bad or it's going to be really awesome. I'm hoping it's going to be really awesome because with the merger, they're going to have access to really good like stems and really good like the actual music that they could train off of, and then maybe even allow their artists to like let you do like a remix using one of their artists' voice, and then give them royalties and stuff. So that would be really cool too. Okay, we got a couple of questions in the chat here from YouTube. Steve wants to know what was the first song that you made. So if that was the second one, you said you had a first one.
Oh God, I knew somebody was going to ask me that. It's called Bubblegum Queen.
Oh, that one.
My wife just goes, "Oh God."
Oh
Yes,
no.
it's called Bubblegum Queen. Well, you already know, Wing, that my wife is considerably younger than me,
Right.
and so I used to call her my little bubblegummer, and I used to tease her all the time. She still had pamper marks, stuff like that. But anyway, it was just a song about kind of her and me. She was just. It was a very difficult thing for me to get through. And I never thought I'd be here explaining this to anybody.
It
But
happens
here
to the
I am.
best
I'm
of us.
explaining it. Yeah. And I hope that isn't a Steve I know. He knows that story anyway. So.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Chef. Chef is Steve.
Oh, okay. Thanks,
So,
Jeff.
and then we actually had a second question from Curtis. He's one of the newer members in the Discord that joined recently. He's asking if you had any musical talent before creating through Suno, which Chef mentioned that you've been playing music in a band for a decade, but
Yeah,
kind
I
of would
played
like
professionally out for over 10 years.
you want to. You don't have to, of course. I'm just, but if you want to talk about that a little bit, I wouldn't mind hearing a little bit more about your kind of experience with playing live, and how did you come around like learning I know you play bass, like how you come around learning, or how long or how old you were when you learned, and all of that, and any kind of like struggles and that kind of thing.
Well, honestly, I think that I told you before
Mm.
that I my wife was offered a recording contract and she had turned it down because she was very young, and I had two daughters from a previous marriage, and I said, I'm not going to be your roadie running around, so you have a good time. And I really meant it. I wished her well, and I said, okay, if I'm here when you get back, we'll pick up where we left off, and if I'm not, you know, things happen. So she was like, that's bullshit. That ain't happening. So she said, no, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, that's crazy. But anyway, she chose not to do that. And then later in life, she decided that she really wanted to, go back and sing and find a band and give it a shot. So I said, well, then find one. And so, long story short, she found a group of local talent. And so she started fronting that band. And they'd ask me things like, how do we sound? And I said, well, you need to learn how to use your equipment because I
Oh
think you
no.
mentioned you were an engineer. Were you an engineer once? Anyway, if you don't run your equipment, you can make something that sounds good bad, and if you can make something that doesn't sound really really good, pretty good. So I got involved in running their sound equipment and actually being the audio engineer for them. And then the bass player that was with the band at the time, uh, he kind of was a party guy, and he caused some issues with the band. So I'm like, it's only got four strings, not a big damn deal. I mean, I played around with guitar a little bit when I was younger, and I played some brass instruments. I'll play bass. Oh Jesus, that was the biggest foot in the mouth I ever did. And so obviously those four strings are tougher to play than people really believe.
Right.
And
Even if it
a
only
good
had one
bass
string.
Yeah, a good bass player either is going to make the sound and the groove of the band or it's not. I mean, everybody has their own part, but in my opinion, most bass players do not know their position in a band. And so they think they're a lead guitar player or whatever. But so anyway, I decided to pick up the bass and start playing it. And that was at age 49. So I was like, oh my God. So the only way I was going to get good at it was to play it a lot. In the first
Mhm.
18 months, I logged my hours. I kept a logbook. I had played over 2,450 hours.
Wow.
Played so much, the skin on my fingers literally was gone. And so then I tried taping them up with band aids because my fretboard was getting all bloody. That didn't work. I couldn't feel the frets, right? And I couldn't feel my strings properly. So I put on these white athletic socks and would play. And I'd have to change them because they, get messy after a while. And so my wife took pictures of me doing that and practicing, and that was a joke for a while because they go, "Yeah, you can't play that." Well, the only play I said, "Well, I know," and she whip out this picture. She goes, "This is what the guy did." So he's not right. He's a little off, and I'm like, "Yeah, that's true." So in a couple of years, I had learned to play the bass self-taught, um, stage worthy. So then I started playing for the band, and the band was opening for other big bands, and it just kind of took off from there. And then our band got pretty good recognition. We were a cover band. We didn't really do any originals, so we were just playing other people's music. I mean, we would kind of play it our way, but like we did a Chris Isaac song.
Wicked Game.
Yes. How'd you know that?
It's one of the most. It's been covered like millions of times. It's the most one of the most covered songs in history. But it's such a
Oh,
good
oh,
song.
we did Wicked Game, and we made it basically our own. We turned it into a rock version, and
That's
much
awesome.
quicker, much speedier,
Mm.
and so I don't even know why I started telling you that, which means I'm talking too much.
No, you're good. I did want to mention something. So you said 2,400 hours, and how long? You said 18 months.
18 months, 2,450 hours. You could do the math. I lived on that
18
guitar.
months. So a year and a half, or where's that? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an year and
yeah,
a half.
year and a half.
Okay, so for ooh, that's a little crazy. Not crazy, but
16,
it's a
16
lot.
to 17 hours a day.
I was gonna say so for reference, I play video games a lot, and I'm not gonna go super off the rails here talking about video games, but I've played Overwatch, which is a video game that I've been playing. It's been out for 10 years. It came out in 2016, and I've played it religiously to the point where like I feel like I'm playing this game too much. Other people have said I've been playing this game too much, and I only have I think about 3,500 hours over the course of 10 years. So you have close to that just in a year and a half. So that's really saying something.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it was somewhere in the neighborhood. Let's see, eight. Yeah, it was at least 16 to 17 hours a day. I
It
didn't
was just
work. I owned my own business, and so I'd tell everybody else. I'd get there early, right? Tell everybody what to do. I'd go grab my bass, turn my amp on, hit my computer, and I would just start playing all day long. That's all I would do for 7 days a week until I got to that point, and then I slowed down some. But I still played probably. I probably still played 8 hours a day minimum. Um,
mm,
and that's including like we were out playing every night. We played out every night for we played 6 nights a week for a long time, about 4 or 5 years. Yeah, about 4 or 5 years, and so that was there too. It was a minimum of 8 hours because we played out for 4 hours.
mm.
That we were actually playing, and then I would still play at least 4 hours a day.
No, that's a lot. Um,
I know. I had friends that actually told me that I have a sickness, and I said I probably do. I had one friend said, "Look, dude, you are the guy. You can't just do something and enjoy it." And I'm like, "Yes, I can. I love playing the bass. I enjoy it a lot." He goes, "No, that's not what I mean." I go, "Well, what are you trying to say?" By the way, his name was Steve, and that's why I said I hope it's not him. Anyway, he goes, "Dude, you're the guy that will take a frisbee. We're just going to go toss the frisbee around, throw it back and forth, in the backyard, have a good time. But you're the guy that will take that frisbee and you'll look at it and you'll go, huh, what's this made out of? I wonder if I shaped it different, or how can I make this fly smoother and longer with less energy used?" And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, so what's wrong with that? That's what people do." He goes, "No, people don't do that, dude. You do that. People don't do that." And
it's the
so, yeah, I have, I'm pretty sure I'm OCD on some things, but I don't care because I love my life, and life's been really, really good to me. So I have no complaints.
I understand that. I'm the same way. If once I get a hold of something that I really want to work on, like if I'm just anything really, if I really want to work on it, I'll sit there and work on it for hours and hours, and I won't stop until I'm finished because I have to finish it now, or else I'll never finish it. I was gonna
And
say,
you
but
can't do anything else because your mind won't go there.
right, yeah. Um, I was gonna say it's kind of like a engineering brain. It sounds like you got.
Maybe. Yeah. My wife used to say, they go, "How's your husband?" And she goes, "Oh, I don't have a husband. I lost him." And they'd go, "What?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm a bass widow." And they're like, what do you mean, a bass widow? She goes, "Yeah." And that's all he does is play his bass. So then they'd get it and they'd start cracking up. But yeah, she was good. She encouraged me.
That's good. That's very good. Um, well, all right. Well, let's see if we can move this on a little bit. We're gonna get hung up on one topic for the whole time, um, which I could sit here and talk to you forever. If you, I just sat here and listen to you talk, I would do it. You're entertaining to me. But for time's sake, I did have one more question though. You say you had the sock. Why not gloves? Why don't you have gloves?
They're too thick. I tried that.
Oh,
And I
okay.
tried the rubber ones, but my I used flat wounds. You being a guitar player, you'd understand flat wounds
Yeah.
versus others. But oh, you saw my wall of guitars, and I played every one of those ladies for a while. But to break them in, the latex gloves, the strings would just tear them up. They
Mm.
just tear them up bad. So on a sock, um, it's thick enough, but yet soft enough to where I could feel my strings, and they wouldn't. The strings just wouldn't tear them up so fast. I mean, yeah, they'd be torn up and bloody and stuff, but I could still feel the strings, and I could play. Sometimes I could play with them probably twice after a washing, but that's about it.
That's hilarious. Oh,
Yeah, I
I'm
know
gonna have
it's
to.
different, right?
I'm gonna have you post a picture of the glove or the sock. I mean, the sock hand in the Discord. But
Yeah. They want the sock picture, babe. She got to find it.
yeah. All right. Um. So. So we're gonna start leaning towards the next song. And this song is, let's see,
I'm not a church going man.
not a church going man. Um, and I
I
didn't
did
mean.
that. I'm
Go ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
I did that, and I can't remember why because you had questions on what I should pick. Oh, the advancements, I think.
Right.
I think that was one of the first 5.0 songs I did.
Okay.
And I had explained to you and the audience once before that what really started me wanting to write songs was I'm an older guy now, and the older you get, the closer to God you become. And I'm not trying to preach to anybody. Everybody has their own walk with God, but I'm just saying for me personally, I I started paying attention more to, you know, I'm gonna pass on, and I'm gonna leave this world at some point or another. I mean, I'm 70 years old. My mother's still living. She's 97, so I have good genetics, but I don't think I'm going to be as lucky as my mom. I was a lot harder on myself than my mother was. But the point is, I thought, well, any extra points I could throw to God in case He doesn't hear me when I'm talking to Him in my mind, maybe I should just write it down and just do a different walk. And that's what I did. And I wrote an album called Redeemed, and the first song I think on the album was "I'm Not a Church Going Man." And I'm going to check that because I just said it, and I want to make sure I'm not talking smack. But anyway, sorry. The
No, you're
point
good.
is that I just that's what started it, and I know that most people don't really um, listen to religious or Christian music as a rule. They'll tell you they do, but when you listen to the radio, it's not usually what's on. It's, mainstream music. And I get that. I really do. So I thought, well, I'm just going to write it and I'll put it out there and see what happens. And if it comes out where I'm happy with it, and I'll keep it and let people hear it. And so it came out, and I was happy with it when I was all done. Actually, it was not the first song on the album. The first song on the album is what caused me to think about it. It's called The Shorter My Days. Because the shorter my days was the whole point about the closer I get to meeting my maker, the more I think about, making amends kind of thing. Not that I'm not sorry for anything I've ever done that's wrong or bad, but I just wanted to make that clear to you and God and everybody right now. But
Gotcha.
so yeah, I'm not a church going man. It's actually the ninth song on the album, and that's on Spotify. It's everywhere. Um, I was so happy with the album, I did decide to um, publish it and release it.
Awesome. So, and then so on Spotify, what was how would somebody find that on Spotify? The artist name.
Excuse me for 1 second.
Are you good?
I'm sorry, man.
Oh, you're
That's
good. All
gross.
good. Hey, it's
I was looking for
it's
my
what happens when you
camera
go
to
live.
Yeah.
I've been sitting here scratching my
Um,
nose, like behind it behind my microphone.
uh, you would go to just Spotify and type in either the best way to find it is to type in Relit Revival.
Relit Revival. Okay. Is
Hmm.
that the artist name, or is that the like an album name?
That's the artist
That's the
name.
artist name.
That's
Okay.
that's what I put the artist name as is Relit Revival,
Okay.
and the it's all under me anyway.
Gotcha. I will try to remember to add these to. Let me make a note.
Yeah, I even realized myself I have 7 albums out, and I'm working on my 8th.
Oh wow, I didn't even realize that. I know. I've listened to two of them, two different albums so far. I think, but I guess I didn't realize that you had others. I guess that's the downside of having different artist names like that. Makes it harder to realize that you're making different stuff. But I understand why you did it, because it's more separate styles and whatnot.
Correct. That's exactly why I did it. And I didn't realize I was so prolific. I'm like a a music bunny. I I didn't realize that I had written that many until I was talking to my wife earlier, just getting on making the laptop work, and then I'm like, oh wow, I thought I had 5, but I don't. I have 7, 7, and then I have about 3 or 4 songs that I just are fun, like the Bubblegum Queen. I'm never gonna publish that. I mean, it's published on single, but I'm not releasing it on Spotify or
Right.
YouTube.
So I noticed, I think you've told me this before, but I couldn't remember what you said. So on the songs that you sent me, it's showing artist name Freedom Walker.
Yeah.
Is that correct for those songs?
No, the artist. Well, okay. Freedom
Right.
Walker is my. It's at Freedom Walker on Suno. So
That's right. Okay.
and I did those because I had to download it from Suno.
Mm,
I didn't keep them, and I mean, I have them on. I think I explained to you I have a big NAS, couple big NASs, and those have all been cleaned up, and the tags have all been edited properly, with so on and so forth. But I I was just doing it from my phone because I was moving around. Like I
Yeah.
sent you that picture earlier of your song I was playing as I'm driving down the road, and so while I'm sitting waiting to get my hair cut, right, I'm doing that.
Gotcha.
So I didn't
Well,
clean it up. If anybody
looks
wants to
good.
find me on Suno, you can find me at Freedom Walker. Plug plug.
Um, so the next three songs, are they all the same artist, or or do you have a couple of different ones on there? Actually, I should be able to look, but I got so much
Well,
stuff
you
open.
have you have the Philly style R&B soul, which is the Glass Houses.
Okay,
That's the last one I sent you.
what's the name of the artist for that one? Let me fix these real quick.
That is satin and silk with the
Satin and
and
Silk.
sign. It's
Gotcha,
satin and then space, the and sign, space, and silk.
gotcha. And then the church going man. Which one was that? Is that the relit
That
revival?
that is Relit Revival, and it's on the album Redeemed.
Gotcha. And then before you were my wife, which one is that?
That is Real and Dove is the artist, and it's Real space and sign and then Dove. I like to make things difficult, and that is on the Life's Lessons album.
Gotcha. All right.
I don't know what track, but
I got you on here. All right, I just want to make sure I got that in there correct. Also, we got another question in the chat. We got a question from Emily. If you know, you may not know off the top of your head, but she was asking how many songs in total that you have, you think. That one's a
76.
oh, okay, you got it. 76.
I write 10 songs per album,
Mm,
and then I have three that haven't been released and three that I did, like LC 500, the Bubblegum Queen, and then I did another one. I think it's Hook and Mama. Um, Let me look to make sure. People say, "Where'd you get that?" I said, "I wrote about my wife," and so they're like, "Oh, I bet she loves that." And my wife is a, oh yeah, okay. So I wrote it. I did it right. It's called Crochet Hook and Mama. She's a crocheting fanatic, and she crochets wearables, clothes, long gowns. She did a predator mask for me. It's cool as hell. It's got dreads and jewelry on it. Anyway, so when I learned that they called crochet girls, or they just call them hookers, because they hook with a crochet is called a hook. I guess that little thing. So I called her a hook and mama. So anyway, that's a long answer for 76.
gotcha. No worries. That is really funny though. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get this rolling. So that we got the
Can I
next
ask one,
song.
can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Every single song that I have written, every one is all personal. Nothing is like a dreamt up scenario. It's every bit of it is personal and from my heart or my life's experience or my wife's. So I think, and I was talking to my wife about this, that's one of the reasons why I'm so prolific about it, because I have so many things in my life that are wonderful, that I can share. And I have some things that are, not so wonderful too, but I don't want to share those. They don't make me feel good. So, which is why I chose that one song. I think you're going to play it is Before You Were My Wife. It's probably not my most popular song, but every time I listen to it and every time I hear it, it makes me cry, and I can't help that, um, because I wrote it about my wife.
That's really warming to the heart. I also have a couple of songs that are kind of when I first generated them, and that very first listen hits you the hardest. If it does it just right, it always hits you the hardest. And I still have trouble listening to some of them, but actually, so the next song is the I'm not a church going man is the one we have up next.
Okay.
And so this one was supposed to be in reference to making a leap forward as far as what was it? As far as like production quality or like how you were making the song. I know you said that for that version you used Suno 5.0 instead of the version 4, right? Was there anything else in
Correct.
particular that you leaned more into? Like, well, I
Oh
know,
yeah.
was it you just focused on lyrics, or did you kind of like learn how to get better at the prompting to be more specific towards what you were wanting, or what
I
different
did
from?
lean into the lyrics more. That's when I totally just started. I just wanted to write my own stuff, and because I didn't like what AI was putting down. I'm not to sound corny, but I couldn't, taste what they were chewing. So I stopped with that and started doing my own. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't reference her for like if I wanted to say a different word, like I know that today and someone's, a foxy lady, she's just fire. Well, I didn't know that. So I had to go and learn, and I consulted AI for new terminology to write the lyrics and write some songs because I didn't want it to sound like an old fart that's, on his last leg crying in his blue. So I did that, and I did learn about the tags. I'm like, I wanted to do this, and it's not doing that. So I did some Google searching, and I found out that, well, if you put tags and you put them in the lyrics like you would on a staff, then you'll get much better responses. And then I learned things that, don't, don't use. I had to go to school, right, to get my lyrics published because they wouldn't. They kept telling me you can't do that. I said, but it's supposed to have a comma, and it's supposed to have an exclamation mark, or you put a period at the end of a sentence. Well, no, you don't. But anyway, to make a long story short, I did start paying attention to the tags a lot, and I started building a catalog, a file of tags that I really liked the results from, and it gave me my voice that I wanted on a consistent basis, and it gave me the vibe of the album or the group per se. So then,
Yeah,
yeah, so that's when I really started. That was in like Redeemed, because I don't know if you're familiar with. Do you know who Jeremy Camp is?
I can't say I do off the top of my head.
Okay, Jeremy Camp is a pretty big, successful Christian rock artist, and he's one of the few that I really liked his music.
Hmm.
It isn't like it's worship music. I think we got into this a little bit the other night with what was that one gentleman's name that was with us that did nothing but the Christian music? But he
Eric,
said, yeah, see, to me, it's important that you don't want to run somebody off because they think, oh, they're just going to be preaching to me through music.
right?
And I'm that person. You'll run me off if that's what you do. But Jeremy Camp didn't do that. And so I tried to structure my music and my approach to it with him in mind. And there's a couple of the other big artists out there that were successful that I did the same thing to. But Jeremy Camp was really kind of like my main focus. So hope that
Hmm.
answers your question.
Yeah, I
That was
got
one
you.
of them.
I am keeping up with your guys' chats in the YouTube here. So don't think I'm ignoring you. But problem is if I just keep spitting off what you guys are putting down, we're gonna be here all night. But I don't know. I don't want to keep you up past your bedtime,
I'm
Greg.
fine.
But
It's up to you. No, I'm fine. I live in SoCal, so for me, it's early, brother.
oh, that's true. Yeah, I didn't think
It's
about that.
it's
But
not. It's a little after 3 o'clock.
yeah, it's like it's 5 o'clock for me, so it's a little bit later in the day. But I will say my girlfriend just mentioned that Jeremy Camp was her first concert, and I don't know if I knew that actually. So that's a funny.
Well, then she would appreciate some of my styles.
But
Like tell her to listen to my Harder Side album, the first track. She'll hear it.
I'll have to get you to send it to me later, so I can because I'll forget and I won't be able to find it. But all right, so this is going to be your second song. I'm not a church going man with your persona type of artist that you've created, Relit Revival. And we're just going to go ahead and swap over here. And hopefully this will play right.
Gravel road is my Sunday bell. I've got some stories I could tell. Mama says I'm drifting far from grace, 'cause I'm out here in this open space. But I've never felt much closer than right here, with a quiet heart and a sky so clear. I'm not a church-going man, at least not the kind they know. I don't need a steeple just to watch the Spirit grow. I'm a little rough, I've got dirt on my sleeve, but Lord, you know that I believe. I see him in the work and the calloused hands, and the way the sunset hits the land. I might not know the hymns by heart, but I know the one who made the stars. I'm a work in progress, underframed, but when I look up I know the name. Between the dirt and the deep blue sky, that's where I look him in the eye. No suit and tie, no front row seat, just a humble soul at the Maker's feet. I'm not a church-going man, at least not the kind they know. I don't need a steeple just to watch the Spirit grow. I'm a little rough, I've got dirt on my sleeve, but Lord, you know that I believe. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I believe. Amen from the mountaintop. I believe. I'm not a church-going man. I believe.
Well, all right. That was church going man. Or I'm not a church going man, sorry. Let me correct myself. Well, I really enjoyed that. That was different, but in a good way.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, let me check here. Emily says, "Got chills. You can definitely tell real emotion was put in the lyrics." Yeah, I could definitely kind of feel that as well.
Thank you.
And then Curtis says, "Well, I'm not a church going man either, but I enjoyed that." So, and I'm not a church going man either myself. So, and I also enjoyed it. So.
The whole point of that song, and I told you to think about the whole reason I wrote the album, was I don't know anybody on the planet that hasn't heard, hey, I don't need to go to church to have my walk with God or to believe in the Lord. So, get off your soapbox and, don't ruin my day with, trying to make me read tracks with you. Okay, I get it. Well, and that's the whole thing is that I am, I am very much a Christian and I live my life, I think, as Christian as I possibly can. I mean, I'm also human, but I don't need to go to church and I don't need to have that label put upon me to feel that I have a relationship with God. And that's what that whole album is really about.
Right. And I honestly I feel the same way about that. But but not to get too much into religion and all that. But yeah, like for a lot of people, it's almost black and white. It's either, oh well, you have to go to church and do all that every single week, or it's either you have to do it or you don't. And that's just
I'm going to tell you a quick story. This is the God's truth. I had a customer because I used to own a computer company, and he was Jewish, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think they're great. You know, I mean, my wife's part Jewish, but the point I'm trying to make is I didn't see him for about 2 or 3 years. And then I saw him and I said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "I saw you coming out of a Christian church over here the other day." I said, "Are you chasing around some skirt that's Christian?" And he goes, "No, I'm the pastor." I'm like, "Wait, what? What?" He goes, "I'm the pastor." I said, "You're Jewish, dude." I said, "You wear the little beanie and everything." And he goes, "Selling souls is big business, Greg." And I'm like, "Oh, dude, you got to be kidding me." And he goes, "No." And I think he explained right there in that sentence and that situation the way a lot of us feel like. It's like, it's not really about being good to fellow man. And I mean, I think it should be all those things they try to preach at you, but it's really just selling souls. And mine belongs to me and God. That's really the way I look at it. So, anyway, enough of that.
All right. And I agree also, but we'll leave that up to another time. So from that, so for that one, for that song, did you only type prompts and stuff in? You didn't upload any like audio or anything, did you?
No, I wrote the lyrics and uh, I must, I think I told you this before too. So excuse me if I keep repeating myself, but
Oh, you're good.
I blew I blew through a lot of credits all the time. It seems like on every song. I can't just put my lyrics in and have it come out the way I want to. It's frustrating sometimes because this. I think I sent you one song here yesterday or whatever it was. I think I put it up here for today.
I think you did
Um,
too.
I, I have 80 in my trash can. So I mean, and I worked on that song and the lyrics over and over, and I change a line, I change words because I'm looking for a certain melody to come out and a certain flow in the song.
Hmm.
And with every genre, that changes. And I think the religious one is the easiest for me to have come out the way I hear it in my head. The hardest one is the '70s Philly soul style. It's the Barry White, the Teddy Pendergrass, that era. And
Mm-hmm.
for the song to come out like that, it is rough, really rough. So I pay so close attention to my tags, my lyric tags. I call them my lyric tags. I also, pay attention to my style box. Um, and I've spent so many hours running it, listening to it, and deleting it because it was like crap. Now, if it did something that I liked, I would take that portion and that change that I did, either whether it was in a tag in my lyric or a tag in the style box, and I'd keep that and I'd run it again. And if it duplicated it, then I know that that's what's giving me that result. Now, there are
Yeah.
some websites out there that say, do this and you'll get this result. Um, hmm. It's about a 60-40 shot that it's going to come out that way, the way you really want it. There's some that you can pay for. I'm not paying for that anyway, because they don't really know what's in my head, and I don't think they say, well, it's this, and I don't know that it really is. So
Right.
I spend a great deal of time doing that. Yes.
Curtis in the chat just said, "Man, I could sit and listen to this guy's stories forever. I feel like I'm in a room with Jack Nicholson or something."
Oh
That
my
cracks me
God!
up.
They call me Jack Nicholson, babe. Give me my axe.
Oh, it's great. But I
I
feel
love
the
that guy.
same way. I feel the same way. I could just sit here and not to like talk about your age, but it's almost like grandpa's war stories. Like you just sit here, I could just sit here and listen to you talking.
Hey, water dogs and outboards. That's about grandma and grandpa and me when I was a little kid fishing. Grandma and grandpas are the greatest folks on the planet. They outrank everybody, in my opinion. So I'll take it. I'll be grandpa.
All right. That song, I was so if you saw me making weird faces, I wasn't making weird faces because I thought it sounded bad, but there was some weird, not bad. I don't mean this in a bad way, but there was some really weird kind of interesting stuff going on, and that's why I was like, this almost sounds like you recorded something almost, but so I'm really surprised that something that you prompted as far as the styling for the audio came
Okay.
out that way.
I did record my voice in some of them, but
Mm-hmm.
I thought that it had bled out by now. It's kind of like, breathing your voice out of all the crap that you didn't like, kind of thing. So in some of that stuff, you're going to hear some things that probably do have I don't know, my DNA somewhere in there. I think I told you and Chef, a man's got to know his limitations. And I and my wife and other people have tried to get me to sing and say, I'm fine and all that. Me personally, I don't think that I am. And a microphone in that capacity scares the living shit out of me.
I understand.
So when I heard my voice coming out of there with some of the other stuff, I was just like, oh no. So then I thought, well, maybe I can mix it with this because I found a track that had my voice. I really liked the track. I didn't like my vocals. So I thought, well, I'll just, kind of cover it in a way and then keep the main DNA of the song and try to get it out. I should have stemmed it and ripped the vocal stem completely out and put something else in, but I was lazy and I tried it different ways. And so every now and then I catch some of that in there. I don't know if that's what you heard or not, but if it is, I'm sorry.
No, it's no, it wasn't that at all. It was more about I think it was mostly instruments, and it was just kind of the way it was blending into the mix was not something that I've normally hear. I guess it was kind of unique
Oh,
and it was
the
different, and
guitar
it
wall.
caught my attention, and I was just sitting here. I was sitting here. I was like, is my audio glitching? What's going on? Is that the actual song? But
I
it was
wonder if it was the
in a good
guitar
way.
wall. Did it sound like the guitar wall?
Kind of. It sounded like really like wide. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like in your head, like
Um,
it sounded like really wide out here instead of right here
yeah.
on some parts. And I was like, huh,
Okay.
that's pretty neat.
I'll tell you, I'll tell you what that is. I call that a guitar wall, but it's also like it's a drop D. It's not in C or C minor or anything like that. It's a drop D
Yeah,
scale. Like, are you familiar with Sublime?
yeah,
Okay, they did almost everything in drop D, and they would
mm,
have that huge, like, like you got six guys playing rhythm, and
yeah,
that's a guitar wall coming at you. And so that's what I tried to create there, and I did it in several songs actually. I didn't want it to be the. I didn't want to ruin it. I didn't want to burn it out, if that makes sense.
yeah. Gotcha. Okay, that was yeah. I wouldn't have thought to I guess prompt something like that. But that there you go. That's something that you can do. But I was going to go back and say, so you were talking about the vocal stuff, and then you were saying that you were having struggling with the getting the vocals to do what you want it to do. Me personally, if you and you can record, I know you say you don't really like to sing it, but if you do sing it, it doesn't have to be good. It just has to be in the way that you're wanting it to kind of flow. If you if you do that, so what I do is I'll take a song that I like, but the vocals are messed up. I'll rip the stems, get rid of the vocal, and then I'll just track my bad vocal on top of it, right? And then when I re-upload it to Suno with my bad vocal, I'll do a cover, and on the audio influence, I just kind of you can turn it down a bit and then turn the style up. But it might change the way the instrumentals kind of sound a bit, but it'll use your vocal cadence, but the voice will be whatever style that you prompt in there. So it wouldn't be your voice, but
I didn't learn that until what's Shooting Star on? Is that Timeline? I think it's Timeline. My Timeline album, Shooting Star. That's when I put my wife's voice. My wife sung that song. So,
right.
and I tried the easy way, which is basically uploading one of our band's songs and ripping the stems out and using her vocals, and then thought that it would just naturally take her vocals and go, hey, there we go. Yeah, it did not. Actually, it did just what you said. It
Mm-hmm.
put the cadence of her vocals in with her vocals, but then it screwed up everything in the song because that song's cadence was completely different than the melody that was coming across with what she was singing, right? So then I said, okay, babes, you're going to have to sing it for me. And of course, I got the look, and she goes, I don't do that stuff no more. I'm like, yeah, well, for me, will you?
You do today.
So, huh?
You said you do today.
I didn't hear you.
You do today.
I do today.
I do today.
You do today. Yeah. So now she does it for me. But I had to I had to turn on my boyish charm to get her to do it. And I love that song, and I love it because it kind of reminds me of my wife and I back on stage performing. But yes, I get that about the stems. Um, it even my guitar player even came out in that song. And that part I liked, um,
Hmm.
but because he does some things on a guitar that I've never seen any guy do. But of course, that's also why he's world famous. He's all over the place. But
Oh man. Well, that's awesome. I was gonna say, so last Wednesday or yesterday, I'm losing track of my days here. So yesterday, I actually did a live stream, kind of demonstrating what I was talking about, and you can go back and watch that video. It's on Twitch though, but I have it posted in the Discord. I'm planning on editing the video and uploading it here, sometime soon. It's going to take me a little while to do all that. I got a lot of stuff I got to do, but it was really funny because it was mostly just really funny songs, but it really showcased what you can do, even vocally. Just Suno. Like I even on for one part, I demonstrated how I could go bam ba dam. Bam, 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 and then I said, "Okay, I'm turning that into guitar," and it turned it into guitar, and it was no vocal anymore. You could just sit here and use your voice and make whatever sound you want and then tell it what the sound is, and it's really awesome. Took a little bit of prompting to get it to work right, but eventually got that to work, and so it's just my voice making the guitar sounds, and then it actually turned it into a really crazy metal song. But
Do you have a squawk box or a talk box?
no, I when I was younger, when I was younger, I did play around with. I made my own out of a old crappy guitar amp, and I took a plunger with a like a hose, and I made my own one time from a really crappy one, but I don't know what I lost it forever ago.
Peter Frampton at birth. I wonder what that would sound like coming through Suno.
Yeah, you could do that. I mean, if you could get like a plug-in or something that kind of emulates it or whatever. But in that same live stream video that I was talking about that I did yesterday, at the very beginning, the very first song I did, I set my guitar up to have some weird effects, and I kind of just like fiddled around on it. And I tried to upload it to Suno, and Suno said, "Oh, this is existing art, or this is existing piece of work already." I'm like, "How?" I didn't even play anything really. I just kind of made noise with weird effects on my guitar. I was like, "Okay, well let me add another layer to it." And so I grabbed the microphone, turned it on, and I added. I have this plugin that kind of adds. It adds harmonies, like harmony effects, to your voice.
Uh-huh.
So I just grabbed a really weird random one, and it made my voice sound really weird, and I kind of just like hummed around in the mic, and then I used that, and that worked, and I got some really interesting results out of that.
You know, I don't understand. I mean, I do understand the copyright thing. I truly do. But, like, look, there's what, seven notes, right? There's only seven notes. So now, I mean, mathematically, you could only make so many things, I guess. Of course, you got rhythms and speed. But it's like I had some guy got upset at another guy. And I was kind of upset at first, too, because I'm not going to deny it. That, do you remember the song? You probably don't. You're too young. There's a song called Eminence Front. It goes, Eminence Front, it's a put on. And it has a famous guitar lick in it. And I see people rip that lick off all the time. Now they'll change it just a little bit. And some people just come unglued. I mean, the whole song is completely different, but just that one riff, I think, made that song Eminence Front. But I mean, it was a good song too. But the point is that you're bound to run across some things, and I understand why Suno's the way they are, but I think they need to loosen the grip a little bit, because we saw this thing. Some guy, it was on the news, and they were talking about AI music, and the guy just said, "Hey, AI is here to stay. You can bitch all you want to, you can complain all you want to. You can either hear me now or pay me later, but we're not going away. That's it. Period." And I have a hard time personally because I do have a lot of musicians friends, and if any of you are on here, you know what I'm talking about. They get really, really upset about AI, and I don't understand why because they're all excellent musicians in their own right. And I know one of them's a lead guitar player, and he had the biggest bitch of all. Not my lead guitar player, but a different one. And I said, dude, you got like NASA gear. Have you ever looked down at your feet? You got like two of them big boxes with all these pedals and all this stuff you dialing up and all that. I said, it sounds cool, but don't tell me that you're not using some sort of pre-programmed enhancer. Now you could say, well, it's not AI, but it is kind of. It's like extremely primitive because it's altering your sound. So you can't say that using a mechanical device that we're horrible or we're betrayers. There's a lot of haters out there, and they're going to go away though. They're going to have to.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of been the same, which there's plenty of videos talking about it and kind of going through it. But, people said the same thing about digital audio workspaces, DAWs. They said the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, it's on a computer. It's not analog. It's not on a tape. It's not real. So, or like, oh, you can cut it and edit it and do all this mess. You're not a real musician if you can't play it from beginning to end perfectly. And
I know, and I have some of them that say that to me. And I said, yeah, then let's have you do the rest of that gig tonight. We'll just take your auto tuner away. How about that? I'm like,
but
well, yeah, but, I get tired. I go, then you're not a real musician. You can't handle it. Anyway, so yeah,
we could go on and on and on about that.
we could,
But,
and that's why I said, moving on.
Moving
my
on.
blood pressure gets up when I think about it. You know what I mean?
I feel you. So let's see what I got here for. So we got that. See if
While
we
you're
can go.
doing that, all the
Yeah.
people that are watching while he's doing that, I really hope you pay heed to what I'm telling you. Don't let any of those people discourage you or make you feel less than stellar at what you're doing because it's a talent. And if you're just pushing a button and the computer's doing everything, yeah, okay. Maybe they have a little bit of a bitch, but whatever. Point being is that you're doing what you love, and I think you should continue to do it because you're still expressing yourself. Even if you push the button, you're still giving the computer a narrative on what you think and how you feel, and that is really what's important. That's all I wanted to say. I'm sorry, dude.
No, you're good. That was really well said. I'm glad you said that actually. I had a random thought while you were saying it though. Is it kind of makes me think of these artists that
Never get out of the garage. Oh, I'm sorry.
no no let me. I'm talking about like painting artists or like those kind of artists.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm talking about the ones that just take buckets of paint and just throw it on the ground. Like that's my art. I made the art. What's the
Yeah,
difference?
I think they had one. What was his name? Something Biden. Yeah, he did that, and he got incredible money for it.
Exactly. But what's the difference between that and pressing a button? Like, okay, like I pressed the button or I threw the bucket down. Gravity and the paint bucket did all the work. I didn't do it. I just threw it down on the ground. You know what I mean? It's kind of, I mean, it's not the exact same thing, but what's the difference?
Oh, because I enjoy listening to putting the, hey, LC 500, just push the button. Basically, that's all I did. Almost, just yeah, right. I enjoy listening to that. That other stuff, I don't even understand it. It just looks like someone. It looks like someone wore overalls and been painting in them for years. Yeah,
Just vomit.
exactly. And then when I hear, like one of our guests tonight said that it gave her chills, when I hear things like that, um, that means everything to me, because that means I did my job. And when we were out playing, no matter where we were at, we could have been in a little dive bar or we could have been in a pretty nice casino and playing. And it doesn't matter if someone came up to us and said, "You guys just I just love hearing you guys, and you do this for us." That makes everything that we're doing worthwhile. Just throwing that out there too. So if you have family members that say they just makes them get chills, or it's that impacting to them, yeah, don't let anybody intimidate you and stop doing what you do.
And I'll even say, going off of that, I don't want to. So we're planning on doing an interview with Chef tomorrow, actually. But
Sweet.
I just kind of wanted to bring up. So he works in mental health, and he actually makes songs for his clients, and he does like a therapy for them. And it's like it really helps. From what he was saying, as far as I know, it actually helps them kind of losing my words here, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like it's good therapy for them.
It's a coping mechanism for some of them, but
Yeah.
yes, I do, and I understand that, and I think that's part of the reason that I started writing, because, like I said, I am getting older. I mean, I don't feel old and I don't act old, but I got a mirror. I can see I'm getting older. Bottom line is, though, is it allows me to tell my stories and my life, and it allows me to vent my frustrations without, you know, someone looking at me and go, "Geez, dude, would you just shut the hell up? Nobody cares. We all get it. You're getting older. Your muscles are down here. They're not up here anymore." Um, so my wife even says it's been good for me to write.
It's funny how that goes. It's like nobody wants to hear you complain, but if you complain musically, it's fine.
Mhm.
Curtis, I wasn't laughing at you. I chuckled a minute ago because I read Curtis in the chat said, the way I see it, so long as mumble rapping exists, AI will never be as bad.
I had
Okay.
a friend of mine say something about mumble rap, and I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Oh yeah, just mumble rap." And I'm like, "Is that a thing?" He goes, "It's becoming a thing." And I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because of idiots like that." And he pointed at this guy, and I'm like, "Oh my God, Z,
Oh
what are you
no.
doing?" He's like, "Yeah, that's what it is." I said, "It's a thing." He goes, "It's a thing."
Uh, I won't say that, like, just in general, that I think it's a bad genre. It's not for me. But I wouldn't say, if you said, "Hey, I really put a lot of effort into this song. It's a mumble rap." I would go out of my, I would listen to it and try try my best to listen to it. I just can't understand the words. But at the same time, on the opposite spectrum of the same, I can't understand the words. People say that about screamo music all the time. So I love that kind of music. So I kind of understand from. It's just this different part of the same thing.
Didn't Ozzy kind of start that?
Don't say that again.
Didn't Ozzy kind of start that?
Screamo? Oh,
Nah, not necessarily
or
screamo, but
mumble?
he
Oh,
was
mumble
loud,
rap.
and he. Oh, that would be Dylan. Oh,
Oh,
he'd
that's
get
funny.
high, and then it'd be mumble singing. But anyway,
Yeah, yeah. Or then you got like,
Movement.
um, oh, I can't think of their actual names for off the, like my brain isn't working. I got too much stuff on mine, but like Pearl Jam or whatever, they kind of that's they kind of sing like that.
Actually, we used to do one of Pearl Jam's songs. It was probably my favorite song they ever did. "Last Kiss."
I don't think I've heard that one.
You should listen to it.
I haven't. I don't think I've listened to a lot of Pearl Jam. I know. Trying to think off the top of my head, like Even Flow. Is Spoon Man Pearl Jam, or am I thinking of somebody else?
I don't know about
Spoon Man. He
Spearman,
does
but
Spoon Man. Either way, I know some of their songs. I probably just embarrass myself if they don't do that song. I can't think if it's them or if I kind of get Pearl Jam mixed up with like Stone Temple Pilots or like Alice in Chains sometimes because they kind of all fit the same little bit of a genre there. But
during those 2,450 hours that I was practicing and playing in the beginning, I played things that I never thought I would play. I didn't even like them. Who did Pennywise, Susan?
Pennywise was Pennywise was the band.
Oh, Pennywise. What was that song?
Broham.
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 Broham by Pennywise. Holy crap, dude!
I don't think I've
I
heard
thought
that.
I was in the. I thought I was in the ring. Just did 6 rounds with a professional boxer, man. That song is so fast and it was hard to play, and yeah. But anyway, where
Well,
are
that's
we
awesome.
at? What
We
song are
are
we at?
currently. So I was about to get ready to play Before You Were My Wife. So let's see. So when I asked you to give me a song, it was your current flagship song. I guess
Right.
however you want to interpret that.
I interpreted it as that song there. It may not be my most loved song out there, but for me, yeah. Every time I hear it, it's well, you'll just have to listen to it, and every word in it is the gospel, and so you'll understand why it makes me like a little baby girl.
Would you say that this song is the one that kind of defines you? Not necessarily you, but defines you as an artist. If that makes sense, what I'm trying to say.
No, I
No.
wouldn't say it defines me as an artist. Um, it's probably a little deeper than that. You'd have to listen to all of my music because it tells a story from like start to end.
Yeah.
And this song, Before You Were My Wife, there's another song. Um, there's two songs really that one of them is Two Different Truths. That was a song that basically was about me and my first wife. I said the glass is half full. She'd say it's freaking empty and it's your fault, kind of thing. So the marriage didn't work out well. And it was a rough divorce. And
Mm.
so it took me a very long time to get a divorce. She didn't want it, I did, but it didn't matter. The point is that it was rough. And so I had a very bad taste in my mouth towards women. And then then after that, the next song that kind of brought me out of that era was A New Flame, which was about my current wife. And then if you add this song in there, it would make total sense of what the whole thing is about. This before I, after my first wife, ladies were not. Uh, they were fun to hang out with and date and you know go to dinner with and have spend the night sometimes, but they were usually just evil creatures. Um, I hate to say that because I know there's probably some lovely ladies listening, but you know that's what my ex-wife did to me. And then my current wife, who I've been married to now for 37 years, so it's not like it's not like we're way past the honeymoon stage. Um, really gave me a completely different outlook on life, completely. And so that's really about this song, and that's truly the way I feel. From well, you just have to listen to it.
All right. Sounds good. Let me I need to plug up my headphones here. They're trying to die.
She just comes on and she goes, "I'm the good wife."
Oh, I missed
Yes,
it.
you are beautiful.
Yes, I am. Bye.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into it then. Let me swap over to this. And we'll go ahead and play it. This is Before You Were My Wife, Real and Dove.
I remember the minute, I remember the place, the way the light hit your beautiful face. We started talking and the hours just flew. I didn't just see a girl, I saw the rest of my life in you. No walls up, no games to play, just two souls finding home on that very first day. You're my lover, my lady, my life, but you're my best friend, way before you were my wife. The one I call when the world gets loud, the only hand I'm looking for in the crowd. Yeah, we're deeper than the physical, it's a soul connection. You're my best friend, my heart's direction. We've got 1,000 inside jokes and a million memories. You're the peace in my storm, you're the calm in the breeze. I can tell you my secrets, I can show you my fears, and you've been standing right there through all of these years. It ain't just about the roses or the candlelight, it's about having my best friend by my side every night. From the first look to the first kiss, I never knew a friendship could feel like this. You're my lover, my lady, my life, but you're my best friend, way before you were my wife. The one I call when the world gets loud, the only hand I'm looking for in the crowd. Still my first call, still my last thought, the best thing this life ever brought. Yeah, that's my best friend.
Well, that was really good.
Thanks.
I I was feeling that one.
Well, then I did my job.
I was
Blame it on
it's
my wife. She's got big shoulders.
I was gonna say it's I'm trying to figure out how to say this the right way, but it's almost kind of that it's kind of the story that everybody knows, but then it's at the same time it's also the one that a lot of people can really relate to and really feel. And I know I like personally, I'm not just saying this to say it, but I personally felt it. Like, uh, I don't have, we're not married, but might as well be. We've been together for over 5 years now, and it's just my girlfriend and stuff. So like everything in your lyrics there, like I really felt it to me personally as well.
Thank you.
So I really enjoyed it.
Only thing I can add to that is blood does not make a family, and
Oh,
paper
for
does
sure.
not make a mate.
Ain't that the truth?
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if you guys. It says you guys are still watching and listening in. Does anybody have anything to say? If you're not too busy, I'm sure some people are probably just listening in and probably multitasking or doing other stuff while they're listening or something. But if you guys have any comments or questions, man, that was that was a good song. I'm gonna have to save that one to my favorites.
Well,
I
if it
really
choked you
enjoyed
up,
it.
then I really am that's delightful to me.
That's
And
what you
if
were going
anybody wants
for.
to follow me, I'm happy being followed on Spotify or Apple or YouTube or any of them others.
But let's see. Um, oh, here we go. Curtis says another great song it gave me if if Bublé knew how to play guitar vibes.
I like Michael Bublé.
I do too.
Home, Home is one of my favorite songs he does.
I was trying to see. There was so I was reading the lyrics, following along with the song too. Um, I was trying to see. Dang it. There was like a particular spot, but I can't remember what it was exactly. Uh, shoot. Oh, here it is. The part that um, you're the peace in my storm, you're the calm in the breeze. I could tell you my secrets, I could show you my fears. Um, like that one, that part of the song was really like I don't even know how to I don't even know how to say what I'm trying to say, but I'll just for the sake of like I'll just say that I really enjoyed that specific part of the lyrics.
Maybe I can give you my meaning behind that without laying out um, my own insecurities. How about that? Uh, the whole thing about that is that, as you travel through life, there's very few people in your life that you will ever come in contact with that you can basically, you don't have to just pretend, you can just bare your soul. And even though it should be the most humbling experience you have ever had to endure in your entire life, they just don't make it that way. My wife, uh, humbling. I should have been very humbled.
Greg, don't you
She
cry,
didn't.
damn it. You're gonna make me cry.
I'm sorry, man. I'm thinking back in my life, and I've had some experiences, some health issues that I couldn't do anything about. and it's very humbling. And my wife just basically gave me a kiss, said, "I love you, honey. It doesn't bother me, and I'll do what I need to do to nurse you back to health." And she doesn't ever, there's plenty of times that she could tease me or, you know, um, say things that, you know, that dig at me, but she never does. And she never has, even if she's, even if I piss her off, which I'm pretty good at doing sometimes, I piss her off, but she doesn't throw that shit in my face. And so, I mean, truly, there isn't much. My wife knows everything about me. And there's been, like I said, situations in my life that, usually only very old people um, experience when they like lose all their control of their body functions and stuff like that. But sometimes you do stupid things and you hurt yourself. And anyway, you just find out that you're not as Superman like as you might think you is, and you need someone to help you, and 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 that help is just humbling and embarrassing, and it doesn't really matter. What matters is how she did it, and if she did it with love, and she's never re-humbled me with it at all. Any time that I've ever, felt any embarrassment or shame, it was just strictly upon myself, not because she placed it there. So that little sentence, that little phrase, was about everything, but mostly that at the head of it all.
I gotcha. Um, it's it's really funny for me personally because everything that the way you're talking about her and everything is all I could think of is my girlfriend. And I'm feeling it. I'm feeling everything that you're saying, and then like I really do like you're making it hard for me not to cry with you. But
I'm not a crier as a rule, dude. I'm sorry if I'm,
well, we're men. We're not allowed to cry, right?
that's what I tell my wife. There's no crying here, but
It's just allergies.
Yeah, like I said, I've written everything that I've ever done from my heart, all of it, and some of it is really touching. It's still, um, it's raw, and I think it would probably be raw the rest of my life. I mean, even if she got mad at me and hated me and told me I was the worst guy in the world, those things that she had done for me, I will never forget ever.
That's
So I wrote about them.
that's really words are hard right now. Words are escaping me, but that's really a treasure. I guess if I could had to put it in simple terms. So that's
Here's a
really
song.
awesome.
My treasure. Don't be
And
surprised if I don't write a song that says my treasure.
and you know what they say: another man's trash is another man's treasure. So there you go.
Yeah, I used to tell my son-in-law. Uh, I used to tell him, one man's bitch is another man's son, a daughter. So just remember that. And he goes, I don't look at her that way, Dad. I go, yeah, okay. I said, I know my daughter. She could be rough to live with. I heard your dog. It's cool.
Yeah,
I
my
got a
girlfriend
wiener.
just. Yeah, I do too. Actually, I saw yours and I was like, "Oh, I have a dachshund too." But my girlfriend just walked in actually, but she was watching from her phone, I think, a minute ago. But where are the kids at?
They're eating supper with
Oh, they're still over there. Okay.
Did she hear my last song?
You heard the last song I just played, right? Yeah. She was over at her grandparents actually like live like right down the road from us. So she was just
Oh,
over there.
that's
That's where the
excellent.
kids are right now. So she heard it too. She actually commented and said, very good song. I enjoyed it. You can definitely feel the emotion in it. Chef just said, I was wondering if you were still here, Chef. I hadn't heard from you in a while. Said, if you love an artist, you will be immortalized forever. Yeah.
Well, my wife is an artist.
Well, um, we're almost to the last song. Let's see.
That one isn't. That's not released yet. That's on an album I'm working on. But that's a song I told you that took me a week, to write that one song. That song, like, to kill me.
Oh, I've been there. I understand. There's still songs that I still keep like being unsure if I really want to use that current version or if I want to keep messing with it and get something different or better. But it just never
Did
ends.
you like
I
the
kinda-
artwork?
for which one?
The one that I sent you, the one you're getting ready to play, I think.
Oh yeah. Sorry, the pictures are a little small on where I have them right there, but
Yeah.
you're talking about the Glass Houses song.
Yeah.
Yeah, the artwork's pretty neat. Is it? Yeah,
That's not my mother, but yeah.
that's pretty neat. I like that. Let's see. Trying to check my notes here.
And this is a totally different groove. This is the Phillies 70s style, soul and R&B. And to write this stuff and to have it come out like this it's been a challenge.
I gotcha. So we got okay. So we talked everything about that song. So this is a song that you're currently working on.
It's done,
And-
but I just finished it.
Just finished it. Okay, so brand new pre-release exclusive. Here, you heard it here first.
That is correct. It's published with Suno. That's it.
Gotcha. Well, all right, guys. We'll just go ahead and dive on right on into it. This is Glass Houses by Satin and Silk.
Sitting on that velvet throne, throwing stones like you. Never made poor choices of your own. Stuck in the dark, feeling the weight, chasing a spark that's a little too late. Laying blame while your own closet is bursting at the seams. Mind your target before you shatter your own dreams. Oh, don't you go throwing stones in a glass house while you live a double life, quiet as a mouse. Keep your sweet hypocrisy locked inside the house. You don't know the fire it took to be free, so don't try judging me. You like the view from your high-rise soul, looking down on the man in the hole. But I built my strength from the ground, brick by brick, while you're hid inside just to hide the fix. Keep your mercy and keep your pride. I'll ride the hard side. Oh, don't you go throwing stones in a glass house while you live a double life, quiet as a mouse. Keep your sweet hypocrisy locked inside the house. You don't know the fire it took judging me in a glass house. Yeah, I see you cracking. I see you cracking, baby.
Well, that was Glass Houses. That was a jam. I'll say that. That
It
was
was
a jam.
different, right?
Yeah. What let's see. You wanna so what's that song about? To the best that
Well,
you can.
nah, it don't matter. It's about my mother. And my mother's very judgmental, and she says this and she says that. And when I turned 62, I realized that my father was not my father through a DNA test. So all the time, my mom is judging me about this or that, and, you know. Because I think I said earlier in this session is that after I left my first wife and divorced my first wife, I had negative ideas about ladies. And I was a bouncer in a couple of different nightclubs. And one of them was by Disneyland. So it was always full of beautiful ladies. And anyway, my mother would make reference to me and my wandering ways, and that I was just a hoe, basically. And I said, well, that's your opinion. You can say whatever you want. I do like the ladies, and you know, whatever. But shit, my wife. So anyway, then when I found out that the man she was married to was not my dad, who had passed away like I don't know, a couple years before that. Thank God, because it would have broke his heart. Anyway, um, she said, "Well, I don't think DNA stuff is true. I think that's all, fantasy stuff." I said, "Yeah, no." She said, "Well, you're calling me a cheater." I said, "No, my DNA is saying you're a hoe. That's what I'm saying." So she's never, to this day, admitted it. I did find my real father. I did find out that I had two brothers and a sister, and I have a whole bunch of other relatives that I never knew about. Um, Now, the man I call my father he's my adopted father. He's a man that my mother married after she divorced the guy who she said was my father. That guy was an abusive jerk, and I was subject to him till I was 12 and said, I don't care. I am never going around you again, ever. Um, so because of her lie, it affected me in many ways. One of them was is I had to deal with his abuse till I was 12 years old and listen to her tell me what a bad guy I was because um, I don't know, maybe because I didn't have any children that I didn't know about, like her. I really don't have a way of putting it. So it really does get to me sometimes, especially when she gets, oh, she's so judgmental. And it's just, well, that's really rich coming from her. So that's what it's about, that song.
Gotcha. Well, I was just say, that's it's pretty common for our parents to give us trauma one way or another, usually, or at least if it's not our parents, it's guardians or close, and just any close relatives in general. So,
Yeah.
A lot of people
and
can
and
really resonate with that.
and she is part of the no-tell generation. I'm a boomer, so I mean, to them, nobody. It's like what was it, Bart Simpson? Nobody saw me, can't prove anything, kind of thing. Nobody saw me do it, can't prove anything. Well, that's the way they think, and that's the way they feel. But they never expected DNA to come along like it did and show that one out of every three human beings do not really know who their true father is until they do a DNA test. That's the statistics.
1 out of every 3.
Yeah, 33.3% of the people do not know who their father is unless they do a DNA test.
That's wild. That's a very high statistics for that to be that.
Yeah, and what's crazy about that is I didn't believe that when I heard it. I heard it on Maury Povich, and then I'm like, whatever. And then I heard it on the news when they were selling that 23andMe kit. It came up then too, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. And my wife wanted to do like a history of on our family, my
Genealogy.
family, because the guy that was supposed to be my biological father was 100% Russian. Came from his family escaped from Russia when they were killing the White Russians. Anyway, somehow I ended up being, if I was his child, um, there was some very interesting things that in that family's history, ancestry.
Yeah.
And to make the long story short, I'm not, which is good because I never felt the need to smack my kids around or hurt them or abuse them in any way, shape, or form. Um, but I mean, the point being is that that's what that whole song was about. And even to this day, my mother is 97. She's, uh, I don't know, she's still in good health, but I mean, she's getting close. Look, people don't usually live her age to begin with. So she's got to be meeting her maker. And I just think that she would want to, like, just say, I'm just like everybody else. I was human. I screwed up. And I'm sorry I was such a jerk and, judged you and your friends and everybody else. Please forgive me. Would she do that? No, never. So that's why I wrote the song.
I gotcha. Yeah, I was just say that's pretty much anybody always wants is just for admit that you made a mistake and be honest and tell me you're sorry, like like for whatever, anything. Because
Exactly.
we're all human, we all do stupid shit all the time. So,
Yeah.
um, but my girlfriend in the chat just said, I used to think I was adopted or my parents did something sneaky, but I think it was just wishful thinking.
If she hasn't had a DNA test, it may not be. But she's got to test herself and the family. Now, see, I didn't have to have him tested because they were 100% Russian, no doubt about it. In fact, they didn't speak anything but Russian. That's it.
Yeah.
My dad could speak. Well, the guy that was supposed to be a sperm donor, he could speak English, but like my grandma and all the rest of them, they didn't speak anything but Russian. And so, you know, I don't have one scrap of Russian DNA in me at all. In fact, I don't have any DNA in me at all from that hemisphere. So,
That's interesting.
yeah. Mhm.
Um, oh man, I was gonna say something. I was gonna say. So maybe I just don't know. I don't know if it's a common phrase. It sounds familiar, but the lyrics or like the phrase "glass house," like what does that
Mhm.
mean exactly? I'm actually
Well,
curious.
you don't throw a stone. You don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, because if you start throwing stones, you're going to break the glass, and people are going
Mm,
to see exactly who you are and what you are. And that's exactly what happens. It's a phrase that's been around forever.
yeah.
Don't. It's like, you know, what is it? Don't sh- don't screw around in your own sandbox, kind of thing. Well, yeah, that makes sense, because don't start dating some girl or trying to get with some girl that your wife's working with. That's not very smart. So it's kind of the same thing, you know. Don't go judging people, and don't go throwing stones and casting, disparaging words and stones at other people. You live in a glass house of your own. You're not perfect.
Sorry, my dog is barking. A kid's
That's all
just
right.
walked in, and he freaks out anytime somebody comes in the into the house. But
That's
all
their
right.
nature.
Well, I think we're about ready to wrap it up. Went a little bit over than what I was thinking, but I don't have a problem with it. I just hated to kind of keep you extra, but you seemed like you wanted to really talk and get some stuff out.
I'm enjoying myself. I really am. So I'm good with it.
Yeah, me too. I always enjoy talking to you, so I never have a problem talking to you.
Good.
I was gonna say, um, I was gonna ask this earlier, but I'll ask it now real quick. Do you have a favorite like tag prompt that you just really like to use all the time? Is there like any specific, if you know what I'm trying to say, like any kind of specific tags
I
that you
do.
like use all the time?
It depends upon the genre that I'm trying to produce.
What's your
Um,
favorite?
well, my favorite is the R&B, the '70s Philly soul. So that's going to be a smooth, deep baritone, silky voice kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Um, it's very hard to get, like you heard some female backups and duet part. And I have some that the duets are in there, and it's very, very difficult to get a duet. Um,
Yeah.
and sometimes with Suno, if you over prompt it, over tag it, it'll just get confused, and it just goes, I want to do what I want to do. So then you got the female going, well, I'm the best wife in the world, kind of thing. It's like, okay, that's what it's supposed to be. But then you got the guy going, I had the baby, and I'm the one that, started the family.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So,
I've
uh,
I've run into that problem a few times. It's like, oh, the guy is singing the female lyrics, and the female is singing the guy lyrics. So
so
it's like, well,
when you're doing that in your lyrics, for me, I have found that you have to literally pick and choose where you want the male and the female to come in, and you got to try and give them the whole verse if you can, and
yeah,
and just say, like, put it in brackets, and just say male vocal only. Sometimes scream it at them in caps. And then I think you had a video I saw. If you use a bar instead of
mm,
a comma or a slash, even in your Suno box, the style box, it gives the computer a complete break. It's like, shut off, quit thinking about anything else. You just follow the next instructions. Forget the other one's over, it's done. That
right,
also works well too. When you say male's over, bar, female here, female's over, bar. Um, The other one that I like to do, that I have to be careful with, being a bass player, is I like to use a style prompt where slap bass talkback vocals. Um, because you'll hear some of my songs, and probably, I think there's two, maybe three in the first album that's out, on Satin and Silk. That's Deep, Deep Velvet.
yeah,
That album has, I think, three songs where the bass is it's slapping and popping, but it's also talking back to the vocals, which I like because I like that kind of thing. Being a bass player, that's kind of what you do. It's like, hey,
So
I'm
that's
here, I'm cool.
so wait. So just to, I kind of want to play something real quick for you, just to make sure I'm understanding what you're talking about. So when when I was saying that yesterday, I did the whole like using my mouth and kind of said bam, 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 bam.
Mm-hmm. Nope, I lost you. I lost you. No, no, hear you. No, no, hear you. Yeah, I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you. Oh, so you were talking away, and I'm like, well, if I can't hear you, I don't think anybody else can. All right, I'll hang out. Let you get yourself fixed. All right, bye.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I can't. I don't know what I don't know. I've been having issues with my computer here lately. So I'm not going to sound as good because I'm using my headset this time. But at least I don't know. It'll work for now. Just to
You
get
sound
through
fine.
this. That was weird. I don't know why it did that. But anyway, what I
Hey, you
was
just died.
yeah. I'm glad you said something because I wouldn't have realized it. But what I was saying was yesterday I recorded me kind of singing into the guitar, or not the guitar, singing into the microphone, and kind of mimicking the guitar sounds. And so like this first track that it generated off of that, I'll just go play it for like a second to see if it's the same kind of thing that you're talking about or not, because I'm not sure if it is. It's gonna be metal, so just be prepared for that metal guitar.
I'm fine with that.
All right. Maybe you could hear what I was talking about, where it was kind of
Yeah, it almost sounds like a talk box. I mean, you did a really good job, honestly.
is that kind of what you're somewhat referring to, or am I thinking of something else?
You mean with a talk box?
Yeah, when you were talking about the bass parts for yours.
No. I'm talking about, how it sounds, a bass, like when you're just playing it, right? It has it has a smooth, warm tone to it. But
Yeah.
then in the era of like disco, in like in the late 70s, I mean in the late 60s, early 70s, it started like with Motown and stuff. They had a thing where they would pop the bass and
Yeah,
pluck the
slapping the bass.
string. Yeah. So when you slap pop, right?
Okay.
That's what I was talking about.
Gotcha.
I put that tag in, so I have my bass slapping and popping and talking back to the vocals. So like a guitar will do, a good guitar player, a good lead guitar player picks his spots, like when the singer's singing, right?
Mm.
Or even say a strong backup spot, and it's like they'll sing that few words, and the bass or the guitar will play like a rhythmic chord back that's
Oh.
kind of like what they're singing.
Oh, so kind of like when you write a guitar solo, but the solo sounds like the vocals, the
Yeah,
melody of it. Yeah. Okay, I got what you're saying.
right. So
Okay.
it's a talk back. What, babe?
It's like scatting with the instrument.
Can you come closer because I can't hear
Uh,
you?
scatting with an
My wife's
instrument.
got one.
So it
I don't know
sounded
if that's what she
scatting,
said.
but with an instrument is what it sounded like she
Maybe
said.
scatting with the instrument.
Oh, she said scatting with an
Yeah,
instrument.
you know, like when you scat, sheep bit boot up, up, but up,
Well, that's what I
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
and then you do back basically back with the guitar. It's basically the same kind of thing.
Yeah,
Easier way
that's
to
what he
use
was
it.
doing
Yeah.
when he was doing his thing. And I said he made it sound like a talk box, like Jeff Tall or something. Are you familiar with that?
I have heard of them. Yeah.
I
Aqualung.
have a yeah, Aqualung. Perfect.
Aqualung. I only know that because of the video game Rock Band, so you could thank them for showing me that song. Down, 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 down.
Well,
But,
that's like the what's that one that Guitar Hero? Was it Guitar Hero?
Guitar Hero, yeah.
It made Cliffs of Dover like famous. Eric Johnson.
Yep. They made a lot of songs really famous because of that, and then that's honestly like I always liked music, but I think Guitar Hero 3 is the same one you're talking about actually, but that was what really kind of drove me into it hard all the way back in I don't even know when it came out, but
15 years ago, I think.
Oh, it's been
No,
more
maybe
longer than
longer
that.
than that.
It's been longer than that because I'm
maybe 20 years.
33. I'm 33. And I was like, I want to say like 14 or 15 when Guitar Hero 3 came out. So it's been a while. But
yeah, it has. You know, when you get older, time's just not the same. I get to blame a lot of shit on the age, right?
right. Hey, I'm not even that old yet, and I can't remember anything half the time. I don't even know what day it is.
Yeah, well, when you get older, then you just say, I can't remember shit. I'm a senior.
Well, all right. If you guys are in the chat, we're gonna go ahead and start closing out here. If you guys are in the chat,
Follow me.
any? Yeah, I was actually about to do that. We're about to let you. I can't. Words are hard. We've been streaming for a while. Yeah, I was gonna let you plug your stuff, but if you guys in the chat have any other questions or anything that you want to ask while we're still here, go ahead and ask them. And if not, we're in the Discord, and if you're not in the Discord, you should join the Discord. We got the link in the description and in the channel info and everything. So join the Discord, and he's in the Discord. You can talk to him there, ask him stuff. I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
I'd be happy. Yeah, I love talking to people. I'm actually, I don't know if you told Chef, I'm actually trying to get a guy that I know that has a radio station. He doesn't own the radio station, but he's a DJ there. Just see if I can get him to at least check out the channel, our Discord server, and he'd be a good guy to get in here if we could get him, because he knows everybody. Just a couple of words from him could make the whole thing blow up, and just you go from 50 to 60 people to a couple thousand, like a day or two.
We're gonna need more moderators before that happens. I hope more moderators and admins and stuff. It's just me and Jeff right now, and I have enough on my. We both have enough on our plate as it is. But hey, that would be really awesome though. But I think we're going pretty steady. I mean, we've only been like when did we start this? Like a week or two ago, or something like that. I mean, you were one of the first members to actually join, I think.
Yeah, there was very low membership when I first joined. You did. When did you do your Facebook thing?
The Facebook post. Well, Chef's the one that posted it. I don't know.
Okay, that's when I joined. I was actually listening to a whole bunch of people complain that AI music this and AI music that, and I'm thinking, God, you people need to get a life. And then I saw I saw Chef's post. I'm like, hey, this guy's got a life. Let's go check it out. So that's what I
He's
did.
this guy's got his stuff together. Sounds like.
Yeah.
So it was the 12th. The 12th of this month was when I made the Discord server. So
Jeez, so
so it's
we're only talking like 16, 17 days.
yeah, we're like 2 weeks. So yeah, I mean we're pretty new. But hopefully we'll keep growing and get some more people in here. Hopefully, but well, I don't. Nobody's asked any questions. If you want to go ahead and mention if whatever where to find you
Oh,
on
they
all
can
your
just,
stuff.
yeah, I don't know what they use for streaming, if they're audio stuff, but they can find any of my stuff on almost any of the streaming services, and it's either under Reel and Dove, and that's the REEL, like fishing reel, space the and sign and Dove, and that's got 4 or 5 albums under it, and then my R&B stuff is under Satin and Sign Silk, and then the Relit Revival is for the religious stuff. The more followers I get, the happier I make Spotify. Just so people know, I mean, for me, I I don't know how people get rich because they don't pay you anything. It's not about the money for me. It's about
Yeah,
if I'm doing something that people enjoy. And the only way for me to really know that is if people follow me, and I could tell by how many streams I get. Because I do have the artist. Uh, Spotify has an artist app as well as regular Spotify, and it tells me my age demographics, that who listen. It tells me everything. I'm sure you probably have it. So,
yeah,
um, but the only way to get that is to be a verified artist. They don't give it to people who aren't verified artists. They don't want people just to throw up stuff, which is why I don't know. Someone told me they removed like 1 million or 2 songs.
it's 75 million.
Oh, okay. So they were a few million off. I mean, I'm thinking, geez, because there's like 700,000 or something I heard that's being distributed every day. It's like, oh my god.
It's a lot. Yeah, that's kind of why I've been saying like I've been advocating for like, hey, don't just type a prompt and spit something out and then distribute it like that. Like it's just take some time, actually craft it, do some of the weird stuff like I'm doing, make it unique, put your own human digital fingerprint in there. Um, just it can literally be anything. Like I proved that you can, even if you can't play an instrument, just make some noise on a microphone and there you go, you got something.
That's true.
Or if you don't want to do that, I mean, prompting's okay, but you can.
Did you do a class on like I don't think people I don't know if they do or not. I'm making an assumption here. So if I make an ass out of myself, everybody please forgive me. But there's in the create in your create, there's I'm trying to see if I can get it on my phone so I can tell you uh, um, there's a you have weird and you have
Oh, the sliders.
yes. Have you gone over those with people? Do they know what all those sliders actually do? Like the
Well,
weirdness, the
yeah, I mean, I can talk about it real quick. I did kind of bring it up a little bit in the video or the live stream I did yesterday, but I didn't really have anybody watching. I actually had one guy from Twitch just randomly follow me, brand new follower and everything. So we were kind of messing around, and so, but I didn't really have any live viewers other than that. But so yeah, so the weirdness is kind of the weirdness is almost like random. It's supposed to be random factors, kind of. Trying to figure out the best way to explain it, but it just
It's
so
how much the PC or the AI has control of doing its own improvising kind of thing. That's my
kind
understanding.
of. It's not really the. It's not really. It's more random than that. I feel like, but I guess you could say it's more like improvising. Yeah. Um, but it also, so it's like if you want it to be a little more not as predictable, right? So like the
Right.
lower the weirdness, the more kind of structurally
Wild it'll
sound
get.
it's going to be. But the more you crank it up, yeah. And if you crank it up too much, you're going to get some really weird, messed up, bad audio sometimes. But sometimes you can get some really cool stuff too. Just depends. The style influence slider, that one's self-explanatory. I would feel like, but like it's whatever you have in the style prompt and in the lyrics box as well, because you can put style stuff and extra information in the lyrics box, not just the styles box. Um, but the higher the style influence, the more it's going to sound like whatever you're putting in for the style and stuff. And then audio influence, that only applies to if you're covering a song or if you upload your own audio to cover. And the higher the audio influence, the more it's going to sound like the audio you uploaded.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I was going to ask you a question because I was actually looking for it here the other day. There used to be like now you have uh, voice. I want to say persona and something else.
Well, it used to be
Um,
persona, and they changed it to voices now. So now it's just called voices. But I still call them personas because that's what they are. They're voice personas.
yeah. So there's three choices there, right? There's
Yeah.
the voice persona. So if you want the whole thing to sound exactly the same, you can keep choosing the same voice persona, uh, or you could go to the very one on the far left, which was where you record your stuff, right, or upload.
It's audio. Yeah. I actually I got it pulled up right here actually. So I know we're in the way a little bit, but so we got audio. I'm not capturing my cursor. It says I am, but it's
Yeah,
not.
audio, voice, and what's the third one say?
Third one's called inspo, which is supposed to be short for
That's right.
inspiration,
Inspiration. Yeah.
right?
So see, the voice used to be the persona where it would just take the voice, right?
Yeah, yeah. This
Um,
is what persona was.
right. And now I'm thinking that the other one that's the inspiration, that basically takes the entire inspiration of the song and applies it towards whatever new run you're going to do. Like,
Uh, yeah, kind of. So fun. So something that you can do actually is say you wanted to say you've really crafted the general sound of like your album, right? And you wanted to make a new
mhm.
song. So what you can do is and you can make a playlist, and if you make a playlist for an album, so like let's say,
Yeah,
um,
I do that too. That's what I was telling Chef the other night.
you can select the playlist and actually
It'll put all the tracks.
it could do up to four songs at one time. So it'll just take four different tracks from, or well, you could put whatever in there, but it'll kind of just kind of piece like put them all together to make a
Right.
new track.
Yeah, I tried that too. For me, it depends upon what I'm getting, what I'm after, I guess I should say. I'll go and pick a song that I want to add its inspiration to. So it may be from a different, it may even be from a different genre because I'm
Yeah.
looking for something different. which is why on some of my R&B stuff, I got some disco.
I've actually used
Well,
the. Or go ahead.
in the 70s, that's what happened. I mean, they were really strictly like heavy, big orchestra stuff with a lot of the 70s Philly style 70s soul music and R&B stuff. But then disco started coming out and being more popular. So you had guys like, Casey and the Sunshine Band, and you had the OJs were kind of like a cross between the 70s soul and disco. Commodores too, I think. Um, but some of the like that song that you heard, the Glass Houses,
Yeah.
that has some disco influence, not heavy, but it has some.
Mm.
I didn't want to give it heavy because nothing from that time period was heavy unless it was actually disco. Like I don't know, Taste of Honey. I mean, I don't know if do you know who Taste of Honey is?
I don't think so. I don't think I've heard of that.
Okay, their most famous song was Boogie Oogie Oogie.
I think that kind of sounds familiar.
That is a badass chick. She was a bass player. She wrote the song. She wrote the music. She performed it on bass. That is a badass bass line. I used to love playing that song. Nobody wanted to sing it, but I didn't care. When we were on break, I just grab my bass and I just start playing the song, and people be like, "Oh, I know that song. I know that song." But you should give it a listen. Put your ear to it once or twice if you haven't. I mean, it may not be your cup of tea, but it is kind of an iconic song from the 70s. Definitely the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah. Actually, earlier I said we didn't have any questions, but I actually did. I missed. My girlfriend actually asked a question for you. She wanted to know what your favorite Jeremy Camp song was.
Are you going to do that to me, huh?
If you have one, I mean, you could. Maybe you just
I
maybe
have
use.
several. I have
s-
several, but I don't know that I can tell you the name. I'll tell you who can. Hey, babe, what were my favorite Jeremy Camp songs by name that I used to play all the time?
Understand?
Understand? Yeah, that's right. Oh, you're drawing a blank. She don't do that. She doesn't draw blanks. Understand, the song Understand is what got me to really listen to him.
hmm.
I can do the cheating thing.
My girlfriend's over here laughing about it. I don't know. What you got something to say?
Yeah, girlfriend, say it. Oh, not my search.
Do what?
Jeremy Camp songs.
I know it's on a delay. That's how you're able to get closed captioning.
Or I still believe.
I still believe, huh?
It was either right here or I still believe.
It was okay. It was Understand. I still believe right here, and There Will Be a Day. I like that one too. Is she familiar with These Days? Yeah. Is she familiar with any of those? That's a new song these days. Well, not brand new, but yeah, it's newer. But I liked right here. I think Understand was probably my most favorite though.
I'm not sure. So there's a bit of a delay. It's just she's watching on YouTube, but
Chef just give you props, brother.
you know all of them.
I'm impressed.
Said again. You said there will be a day, and what was the other one? And stay. You're like those are your favorite ones.
Stay is also very good. Yes.
Well, there you go.
Tell her I'm really I'm very impressed. Not many people know who he is. It's like when I talk about R&B, my Philly stuff. I tell people Teddy Pendergrass was one of my favorites. That's what got me there. That's what sucked me in was him. And they go, who? Now, yeah, they go, who? If I say Barry White, they go, oh, love Barry White. Yeah. Saw him on that TV show. What was that TV show? Oh, Ally McBeal. Yeah. So they get that. But like Teddy Pendergrass, in fact, to be honest with you, uh, I was so scared of women, and my wife scared me to death too. But uh, if it wasn't for Teddy Pendergrass, I don't know how soon I would have been able to tell my wife I loved her. But Teddy Pendergrass has a song called "When Somebody Loves You Back," and that's how I actually told my wife that I loved her.
Oh, that's awesome. What were you saying? The delay is killing us. Oh, apparently she knows Teddy Pendergrass.
Wow. Seriously? I mean, hey, next time you're on, you put her up there with you. I gotta meet this lady.
She's in the Discord. She just doesn't really do anything in the Discord. She kind of like hangs out, looks around.
Oh, she was a number prop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta pad those numbers. But
I seriously, I cannot tell you, man. I'm very impressed. Hey, wait, is your wife black?
no.
Okay, then I'm very impressed. Because
I know why you're saying that.
Most white people don't know who Teddy Pendergrass is. In fact, I have a friend, and I go, I need you to listen to some tunes for me, man, because I gotta make sure I'm nailing the era the way I remember it. And he's like, well, all your other shit's good. He goes, I listen to it all. He goes, why are you asking me? I said, dude, because you're black. And he's like, what? I go, okay, white people can't jump. They really don't. They just don't get that era. And he goes, oh, okay. Send me the link. So I sent him the link, and he goes, really? Are you getting crap? I said, yeah, I get crap out of it. I get crap out of writing that music from, from both, from white and black people, actually, which is sad because to me, the music is just awesome. I just love that era. And Teddy, your wife's going to get mad. Forgive me, wife lady. But Teddy was just a panty dropper. Women love that guy. I mean, if you've never listened to his music, I think you owe it to yourself to at least give it a shot. It is not your style, and I'm going to say that up front, but I'm going to follow that with the word yet.
So actually, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
I am.
Oh,
I'm
done. She was gonna say, when did your dad have that? Was it high school? Was it? It was after high school.
Starting to go to college.
Oh, college. Okay. So it's actually funny because the only reason she knows who that is because her dad was actually in a rap group in college. So
Wow.
he was the pasty white nerdy guy in a group of the other guys.
The rappers.
Yeah, the rappers. So they were all friends and stuff. So that's the only reason. That's how she knows who that is. So
Which means he enjoyed his life for just being who he is, not worrying about people labeling you.
Right.
Yeah, but there's some songs that like I was telling you about. When Somebody Loves You Back, Turn Out the Lights, Close the Door. Those are just, they're like think of the one Michael Jackson song that you just know is just going to be here forever, and nobody should ever try to duplicate it or cover it or touch it because they'll never be the same ever. That's this guy. That's Teddy Pendergrass's stuff. Just
Gotcha.
so good. But anyway, I
Well,
don't know how I went on my rant. My soapbox is broke now.
oh, you're good. Well, I guess we should go ahead and start. We should go ahead and actually end the stream. Do you have anything else that you want to share real quick before we hop off out of here?
No, I'm just glad that we have a channel like this now. Yeah, glad to be a part of it.
Yeah,
That's it.
me too. I didn't really expect this to happen either. That was kind of just came out of nowhere. But I appreciate you taking the time and chatting with me today, and
My pleasure.
I really enjoyed talking with you, and I hope everybody that watched and listened also enjoyed the show. It seemed like they were talking about it. So
Did we? How many? Did we have a lot of streamers?
not a lot. We had a consistent 5 there for a while, 4 or 5. I say probably average of 4. So not a lot,
That's good.
but four. We peaked at 5, 4 or 5 here and there.
From our server, though, right?
I believe so, yeah. Because I mean, we had Chef, and then my girlfriend. We had Curtis, and then Emily. My friend Emily was here too for a little bit. So yeah, I mean, we got something, and then we'll have this video up on the channel, so anybody who missed it can go back and browse around and listen listen to us rambling for 3 hours.
On the server channel or
It's
on
on
a
the
YouTube channel?
on YouTube. Yeah, I'll share the link to
And it-
the Discord. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Well, I guess I shall release you from Hell's Kitchen now.
Oh, I just saw that. All right, man. Thanks. It's always a pleasure, Wing.
All right. You always good talking to you. All right, guys.
All right.
Well,
Same at you. Good night.
all right. Good night, man. All right, everybody. Ending the stream. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, planning on doing this with Chef tomorrow. So that'll be interesting. Hopefully not go this long into the stream, but I mean, if he wants to talk for that long, I don't have a problem with it at all, obviously. But we'll see. We'll go from there. But anyway, see ya.